Hello, YouTube. It is Matt with Olympus Reptiles. Hopefully, I made it public. I guess I'll know in a second. If I screwed it up, let me know. Well, if I screwed it up, nobody's going to be here to let me know. Shit. Let's see here. Come on, people start popping on, or did I mess this completely up? I might have. I might have. Says, oh, no, we didn't. Okay, cool. There's people here. All right, so if you watched our video release today, you know we are going to do a NCAA style tournament with our ball python. Somebody suggested the name Ball Bash 2020. I like it. So welcome to Ball Bash 2020 Selection Sunday. That is right. We were driving the car today, picking up a few things to make the brackets with, and we said, you know what would be fun if we're going to take this theme, and we're going to run with it. Why don't we have a live announcement show for the tournament entrance? And so you can see their seeds, where they're at as they get stuck into the bracket. So you're going to feel it or find out. Well, we already picked it, so you're not going to find out at the same time I did, but you're going to find out pretty early. So that way you'll know going to the next video who the contestants are. You can kind of get to thinking maybe if you've got a favorite, whatever you want to do with it, right? So Selection Sunday for the Ball Bash 2020. Here's the thing, guys. This goes over really well. And everybody enjoys this. Maybe this becomes a thing. Maybe this becomes something we do fairly frequently, like not all the time, but maybe annually. Maybe not the same scale or size. Maybe we'll shrink it down. Maybe we'll make it bigger. We'll see. And David W. will have at 8 p.m. We are still doing the special on Patreon at 8 p.m. That has not changed. Thought we'd get this done first and slide over to Patreon, make sure our special is after 8 p.m. So, there you go. Now, I'm glad you mentioned that, though, David, because I do want to give one more quick shout-out. Today is the last day of the month. So, yes, if you sign up for Patreon today, looks good, dear. Make sure you write an M and an E, or M and a C over those. Hey, did you hear me? You got to have an M and a C over them.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. And then whether that's the men's or women's bracket. Yeah. Because this is the last day of the month to sign up to have that money go to NYPD's fund for widows and children. So, you know what I mean? Jump on it. We'd really appreciate it. If you don't want to sign up, you can simply send a donation to mattgambrell@hotmail.com through PayPal, and we'll see it gets where it needs to go. Yes, I already posted a post on YouTube. You can read it on the community tab. That kind of explains my thoughts. I know this isn't probably the normal time to be asking for law enforcement donations, but there is my reason, and you can certainly see it. Plus, it started before all that. And I still feel really strongly about law enforcement. Now, that being said, I don't feel strongly about people who abuse their position at all, and I think those people should be held extremely accountable. Yes, that will work. Sorry, I was looking at the wife. She got something done. And Michael, I do not and I will not have any VPI available at all. We work pretty much straight with SK. All right. Oh, don't worry, Christian Sex. You can go back and watch it. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. We were just introducing a concept today where we're going to have Ball Bash 2020. It'll make sense. Snake tournament. All right, I am going to flip you guys over, show you the bracket we've worked hard on. I shouldn't say we, Aaron did. So this is how it's going to look. This is our male bracket. There will be two of these, one for YouTube, one for Patreon, Ball Bash 2020. As you can see, there is a Matt side and a camera guy Kurt side. So just like in the NCAA, you have a north, south, east, and west. You have multiple number one seeds. And we're going to do the same. So you're going to have my 1 through 8 seeds, and you're going to have camera guy Kurt's 1 through 8 seeds. How cool is that shit? I'm really excited. I think it's pretty neat. So, are you guys ready to meet? You're going to make another one?
I'm going to make another one. So if you'll keep talking.
Actually, let's just fill this one in, and then we'll just copy it.
Okay.
And then, that'll work, right? Because we have to have two identical brackets because YouTube gets one and Patreon gets one. So.
Right, but I don't have a female one made yet for YouTube.
I know. We'll get to that in a second. All right, guys. I am going to start introducing the males. I will try to pull them all out and show them to you if they're not busy or what they're doing. So, let's start with my side of the bracket. My 1 through 8. Okay, and here's how Kurt and I did this. On the males, I went first. On the females, he went first. We just picked alternating. Yes?
Talking about my balls.
Talking about my balls. All right. I am not in the Sun Project. So, I'm going to bet somebody go ahead and guess what you think my number one seed is. Shouldn't be hard. Shouldn't be hard. Come on, somebody write it. What is my number one seed? I'm going to need to scoot this forward just a little bit for lighting purposes. This The Desert Ghost is not my number 1 seed, Cody. Come on, this is me. You should know my number 1 seed. Everybody should be guessing this one. I saw it a few times. It kind of got stuck on there. Looks like the first one to type it was Christopher Sexton. You are right. My number 1 seed is going to be... Oh, man, you guys are lucky, too. He literally just shed. So you get to see him like in his water dish, fresh shed. Get rid of that. Oh, got water on the com thing already. Is Zeus. This is my number 1 seed.
Zeus!
So what he is I'll give a really quick... Oh, you were first, Kay. On my comments, mine is so different. I don't know, but I may just miss one. But a lot of people hit it. Zeus is a Zebra Bee. He's an SK Exanthic Spider Pastel. These are going to be very short introductions because we got a lot of snakes to get through. So we'll put him back. That is my number 1 seed. Zeus will be going against my number 8 seed. Okay, we'll do my bracket first. We'll fill that in, then we'll do camera guy Kurt's side of the bracket. My number 8 seed. What are you doing, dear?
Showing the bracket so they can see it's being filled out as we go.
Be careful not to show the notes. You can give away all the secrets too early. Don't want to do that. My number 8 seed is going to be right over here, hanging out in the Pride of Texas rack systems rack. And that is going to be not a champagne. Actually, it's my Blitz. So a Blitz male, we call him a Thor. He's going to be our number 8 seed. Just getting in there to the wire to make the cut. We put him back. Thor. That brings us to my number 3 seed. We're just going to work our way right down. Okay, number 3. I was really lucky to get this snake in my bracket. I was worried Kurt was going to steal him on his side, but I beat him to the punch. Meet the Super Mahogany, the Suma. Suma, look at that sheen. Beautiful, beautiful snake. Now, to be eligible for this tournament, it had to be things that we would either A, knew were breeding, or B, we were pretty sure would be able to breed going into the next breeding season, not this one. So, what are the seeds so far? Somebody asked Patrick, we've released Matt's side of the bracket, 1, 8, and 3. It's Zeus, the Blitz, which is Thor, and 3, the Suma. So, number 4 on my side of the bracket. Oh, man, this guy's got a built-in rap name, if I can find him. He's like Mystic P. That's not really his name, but it could be, because he is a Mystic Potion.
Mystic!
Look at that thing right there. So that is going to be your next contest, Suma versus Mystic Potion. That's number 6, babe. Oh, you're right. Oh, crap. I screwed up, guys. We're going to have to make an alteration, dear. We're going to have to make an alteration. What I did was I got to look at the wrong thing. I did. So that Suma actually was Kurt's number 3. We released that out of order. So move that over there. Move that over there. Move that over there.
Fired.
Fired.
Maybe I should.
No. Okay. Oh, let me get that back. Again, guys, we're doing this live.
Sorry.
So Suma doesn't go there. I already kind of let the cat out the bag on something too on number 4. But that's all right. We'll go back to what is my actual number 3. Since it wasn't the Suma, because well, as you find out, Kurt did snatch that up, that son of a bitch. I'll show you my number 3. My number 3 is this little guy over here, who I think will be ready to go. He's actually already locked a few times with a certain female. You might see later. He's just a little bitty guy, but he's still growing. This is our Super Pastel Exanthic Male. Look at that. Woo! No, the Suma will not be getting released for sale. Nice try, though. Well, the Patreon one will be the exact same bracket, believe it or not. So this is my number 3, the Super Pastel Exanthic SK line male. He can go there. You want his serial number, dear? It is 180601. There, buddy. All right, moving on to my number 6, I believe, is next in the line, right? Yes.
Yep.
Number 6. So it wouldn't be a complete bracket for me without having the one that got my wife to be accepting of ball pythons. So that means coming in at the number 6 spot for me is...
I like how wife is number 6 on this. You notice that?
Straight up pied. Artemis. Artemis is a girl's name, I know. He's actually a boy. He was missexed early on. We call him Artie, but Artie's coming in at number 6.
Artie!
Look at that guy there. Boom. So he's looking good. Get in there, buddy.
He's got balls.
And then that brings us to number 4, correct?
Number 4.
So number 4 on my list, because again, it's alternating. Let me get this guy. This is a really pretty snake. Although last time I opened this tub, he tried to light me up. So he does have an attitude problem some days. You also just shed. This is one of the Florida snakes. An Inchy Ivory. Look at the head on that. Beautiful, right? Inchy. We gotta do like a basketball announcement.
Inchy Ivory.
That's not how they would do it.
I don't know.
They'd give you that long Inchy and shorten that up. So it'd be like, Inchy Ivory. There he is. Of course, that means he contains Inchy. He's also a super yellow belly. That's where the ivory comes in. So he's kind of a nice little powerhouse. I was really excited to get him at the number 4 spot. My number 5 spot, well, it's this big old meathead over here. Oh. The Onyx. So he's a het red axanthic black pastel. It's an allelic combo, so he can't make normals. I really like things like that don't make normals. So put him back. Woo. All right, that gets us to my number 2. My number 2 snake. Now this is one I was happy to get because I knew it was going to be, if I didn't take it number 2 or number 1, I wasn't going to get it. I'm going to bring it to you to show it to you. Okay, guys, my number 2 snake is the Pastel Lesser Desert Ghost Male. Look at that guy there. He is beautiful. So he's going to be sitting near the top of our bracket at the number 2 slot. Pastel Lesser Desert Ghost. Really? He didn't want to go back in there and try to bite my face. Okay, and the last one on my bracket. So I've got one more snake left on my side before I flip over to camera guy Kurt's side. And I tell you what, guys, I had to go with an OG, man. You got to have that veteran on your squad. You got to have that guy who's been there for a long time, who's gotten the job done time and time again. Here he is. This big old boy, Apollo. Of course, this is one of my first ever ball pythons. Nice bumblebee. We'll bring a garden hose. Awesome snake. Apollo is my number 7. Put him up. Maybe. There you go, buddy. All right, guys, that does it for my bracket. So a quick run through for mine. The Zeus, the Seaver Bee, Blitz, Super Pastel Axanthic, a Pied, an Inchy Ivory, an Onyx, a Pastel Lesser Desert Ghost, and Apollo, a Bumblebee Male. Let's move on over to Kurt's side of this whole thing. And Kurt, for his first selection, his number 1 overall snake, let me show you what he went with. It was a good pick. He went with a multiple gene powerhouse male. This is a Pastel Super Inchy Vanilla Ghost. So lots going on here. This male can do a lot of good work. Can you write all that down, dear? Pastel Super Inchy Vanilla Ghost. Look at that thing. Yeah, champagne, right? Wouldn't that be great? You know, it's funny. Well, I'll save that story for after we get the first bracket done, and she's drawing up bracket number 2. All right, then the next one Kurt picked for his number 8 seed. Shouldn't be the next one then, but it's his number 8 seed. Had to have some of this in there. You gotta have it. The GHI male, as a matter of fact. I just delivered one of his offspring today. So pretty cool there. GHI male. We already showed you number 3 for Kurt. That was a Suma. I showed it as mine. I got off on what I was looking at. Number 3 was Kurt's Suma. Which brings us to Kurt's number 6. I'm surprised it took him this long to pick this snake, honestly. But it did. I think he got worried I was going to take him. And that is this big old dude here, our clown male with one eye. Now, he is 100% visual clown. He could also prove to, unfortunately, be het caramel. That was kind of a bummer for us. He also only has one eye, so he gets the name as my one-eyed trouser snake because his name is Trouser. See, trouser, one-eyed trouser snake. We'll put him back. He is probably our biggest male as well. What are you doing? Get in there.
I thought the trouser was the biggest.
Okay, he's back. Okay, and then I already introduced this guy too, but we didn't get him written down. So Kurt's next snake, coming in the number 4 position, would be the one that's got like a rap style name. That would be the Mystic P, Mystic Potion right there. And I do love the way the snake looks. Was a great pick by him. Can't beat it. All right, now going to number 5. This was another good pick by Kurt. You know, it has so many things to pick from, but I thought this one was an excellent one. It is over here. And it doesn't get much prettier than this, guys. And that is a male Toffino. Possible Toffee. Every baby he had last year ended up being a Toffino, but he only had 3, so we're not ready to call that yet. But we know he's at least Toffino. He is a gorgeous looking little guy. I think, anyway. Beautiful snake. Just beautiful. Get off there, fly. Okay, so we got 2 left, right? So Kurt's number 2 snake. Yes, you got one of those Toffinos. That's right. We've actually said 2, but we got 1 left. He is not Mason. No, somebody asked if Kurt is a cop too. He's not. He works at an airport, but he's not a pilot. But we actually do have a pilot on here though right now. Kind of neat, right? Save that question. I'll cover that whether it's better to have a, actually doesn't matter on male or female. So let me show you Kurt's number 2. This is another excellent pick by Kurt. This is one I wanted to have in my stable, but you know, you can't always, you gotta pick them fast, right? And that is this Lemon Blast male who also happens to be, check it out, Scaleless Head. So Scaleless Head Lemon Blast right there. Pretty awesome stuff. So this, of course, if you're into the Scaleless project, you gotta be all over that. It's proven. He has had offspring. So really good snake. That is number 2. And Kurt's last snake, last but not least, you getting that one in there, dear? Last but not least is this one right here, and that is the Pastel Spot Nose. Look at that thing right there. The Pastel Spot Nose is Kurt's last pick, but there it is. So there is our whole bracket. Put you back. We will review really quick. Here, I'll let you start drawing the next one. So let us review. On my side, you've got that'll. So, quick review for the men's bracket. This will be the same bracket for YouTube and Patreon. Of course, the results may be different, and what happens with the winners is also very, very different. The banana male did not make the cut. It just didn't make it. I mean, there's so many to choose from. My, Kratos, my calico didn't make the cut. I have a pastel exanthic male, didn't make the cut. So there's a lot of things that just didn't quite make it. My bracket went Zeus, Blitz, Super Pastel Exanthic, Pied, Inchy Ivory, Onyx, Pastel Lesser Desert Ghost, and Apollo the Bumblebee. Kurt's side went with the Pastel Super Inchy Vanilla Ghost, GHI, Suma, the Clown Trouser, Mystic Potion, the Toffino, the Scaleless Head Lemon Blast, and then the Pastel Spot Nose. So that will be the men's bracket. As soon as Question Girl finishes drawing a female bracket, we'll release the females as well. While she's doing that, there was a question. Somebody balls up close, you're going to see 16 more. Till now, silly customers. Oh, man. No, it's all kind of good things. So somebody asked if it's better to have the gene in the male or the female, and it really doesn't matter for breed purposes. Either one's going to pass on half the time. Now, when you're picking your animals, I would prefer to pick powerhouse males simply because I also prefer to buy males over females and hold females back. And the reason for that is if I buy one male with 3 or 4 genes, I can put those 3 or 4 genes through multiple females in my collection as opposed to one female only having one shot at it because he can breed more than one girl, right? Yes. So that's one thing to think about. The next thing on that is when I buy a male, and I bring a male from outside in, bringing that new blood because he's going to breed multiple females, I tend to pass on more new blood, keeping the genetic diversity in my collection. If I buy a new female, she's only going to breed once a year, so she's going to have less chance to put those new genetics, not just the morph genes, but just the straight up new genetics across the way. You can't get it back. That's what pockets are for. You can take the thing to Europe. I'm kidding. There's actually if you guys have Netflix, oh, I'm going to get in so much trouble for this. There's a TV show there called Locked Up Abroad. You can find what happens to a very prominent reptile breeder when he does something similar. Great guy. So I'm going to put this aside. We are almost ready for the women's bracket. And then we might go to Patreon early, but if we go to Patreon early, don't worry for those of you who aren't here, who wouldn't hear this warning anyway, I will not begin the sale until after 8. Did you hear that? Somebody just took a massive fart over there. So, damn right. I should not be advocating for smuggling snakes. I have never had a tarantula. Never. That's one thing I've never had. I was going to get one day. I had one all picked out. I had a cage for it. And that was where the wife drew the line. She said, no spiders. That might change with the reptile house since it's not in the home. But right now, I got so many things I'm working on. Probably won't do spiders. Reason being, it's just different work. And if I was going to add anything into my little personal zoo, it's most likely going to be of the venomous variety with a shaky butt. That's the things I really like. So I'm really drawn to. There's several rattlesnakes I really want to have in my collection that I don't have now, along with one non-rattlesnake, which would be a rhino viper. So I can do gabinos maybe one day. Probably will not get into the tarantulas. They're cool. It's just not my thing, and I have my focuses, and like I want to keep that. So let me see here. Men's is done. Let me get the women's ready. If you wonder how we did all that, this was my notes. Woo, for making the men's bracket. Done. See, I shot that like a basketball. Okay, we ready to go, dear?
Let's do it.
We are ready to do it.
We got the female bracket.
You are so into this. All right, let's go over here and get right.
Are you kidding? I've taught online the last 3.5 months. I can't do stuff like this.
You can't do stuff like this without going crazy. So you want to do, you know what, we'll reverse it. This time I will do Kurt's. Whoa! That was about bad. I about knocked my phone off. I will do Kurt's bracket first. The reason being is on this one, on the men, I picked my number 1 seed first. On the women, he went first. So we'll do Kurt's first, dear. You ready for Kurt's bracket?
Let's do it.
First of all, I was really pissed because I had a snake in mind that I wanted in my bracket, and that little bastard, he took it with his first pick. That's the rules, man. It happens. So man, great snake. A great snake. This is what he picked for his first one. So Kurt's overall number 1 seed is the Calico Blitz, also known as the Kalitz. Look at that pattern in there. Just complete craziness. I mean, it changes. If I showed you this, and then I showed you this, it almost looks like 2 different snakes, right? Look at that thing. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So Calico Blitz, the Kalitz, that was Kurt's number 1 overall choice. She is proven, so we do expect her to go. For his number 2 choice, okay, he did pick.
Nope, that's number 7.
Sorry, for his number 8 choice. It's number 8.
Okay.
1, 8. Second one. For his number 8 choice, he did pick this snake here. He was very specific. So we have 2/16/04/02, dear, is an albino female. You know what? On some of these females, I'm not going to pull them out. She's currently nesting, so I'm going to leave her be. But 16/04/02, an albino female. She's nested up. She's in her prelay. I'm not going to drag her around from that. So sorry about that. We may have that happen a few times. So number 3, his number 3 is going to be... Where did you go? Where are you? You should be right here. Oh, there you are. 17/15/02. Also in shed. You know what? I'll just show you. I'll bring you to her on this one. She's in her prelay. You can see how thick she is.
What is it?
That is your Orange Dream Pastel. Orange Dream Pastel. That is his number 3, right? Number 3.
Yeah.
Which will bring us to the number 6. The number 6 female for Kurt. We have her stashed right over here. And that is a Spider Clown. The Spider Clown. That is Kurt's number 6 Spider Clown, dear. Spider Clown. Oh, get that close all the way. Okay. Kurt's number 4. He also took another one. You know what I mean? That I was, somebody fighting. Play nice. Number 4 was one that I wanted in my bracket because it's near and dear to my heart. He snatched it up right before I was going to. Yeah, I'm going to bench you. You're still eating. I'll just support you. That is our Killer Bee female. Look at that. Look at that girl right there. She is huge too, guys. Next up is 171006. I gotta think what that even is. What is 171006, dear?
I don't know.
Maybe it's over here. Probably is. Wait a minute. Maybe it's over here. Maybe not. I have to remember what it is. I wrote down the number. I just did not happen to make a note of what the actual animal was. Where in the world is 171006? 171006. It's one I would have hatched out. Oh, you know what it is? I remember why I wrote that. 171006 is a bell. A bell female. That's why I wrote just a number, so I wouldn't get confused as to which bell he picked. This is a super lesser. He got the one with the perfect eyes. Beautiful all white snake. 171006. Super lesser bell. Now I'm back rolling. Next up is the Queen Bee. So here she is, one Queen Bee. Queen Bee.
That's number 2.
That is number 2. Yes, now number 7. I lost her last year too. Oh, couldn't find her? There she is though. Number 7 would be the banana female, 171203. So some of these have never been bred yet, but we do expect them to be of size. This would be one of those snakes there. You can see it, the chocolate chips on there. Banana female. You got that one, dear? That would complete Kurt's bracket. Time to get on to my bracket. Now, we went a little bit of a different way. Yeah, we do have some bananas in here, just wasn't on the male side. But, let's get on to our males, or my female, sorry. My females. My number 1 female. Now, her genetics may not have the most punch, but she's probably one of my favorite looking snakes I own. And that is the Calabi. Look at that thing. Just straight up gorgeous. Calabi. Lover, 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 lover. That was my number 1 girl. When Kurt sold the Calitz, I had to have me some Calabi. My number 8. You're not going to believe this fell all the way to 8, but it did. It did. Is the Darkness. I just chose her because how different she is. I mean, you can kind of see. Now, here's the thing on this one. All we know is she's never proved out that dark. It's not proved out genetic. It's like a hypermelanistic, but it does not appear to breed true. However, she is 100% het xanthic and 100% het ghost. So she is het true ghost. I know. I did that just for David, actually, because I knew if she didn't make the list, I would have David blow my damn phone up. So I had to get her on there. My number 3 snake. Oh, man. I love this snake. Is, yes, she's right down here. Nope, not there. One too low. Right here. My number 3, GHI Mojave, right there. Check that thing out. Love it, love, love. She's going to be breed size next season for sure. Almost got the cut this year, but not quite. GHI Mojave. I know I moved you. So my number 6. Now this one, I'm surprised he didn't snatch up. But here we go. Here we go. It's this snake right here. We listed as, well, we bought it as a killer bee. 100% het clown. I'm not sure if it's super pastel or a different gene in there, but there's definitely another gene besides just pastel and spider. But here she is. We're going to call it killer bee het clown. So Kurt went with the spider visual clown. This isn't going to pass on quite as much clown, but I'm going to get some extra genes in there. Should be really interesting. Get in there, girly. Drop some coconut on my notes. That brings me to number 4, right, dear? Number 4. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. Unbelievably. And after I was like, how did that happen? The champagne didn't make it. Didn't make the cut. But what did make the cut for my number 4 snake is this one right here. Oh, why are we so angry? Why are we so angry? Probably because we're looking like we're ovulating. And that is my lesser ghost girl right there. Look at her. Look at how thick she is. Whew. I'm going to put you back. I'm afraid that I maybe shouldn't even have moved you. Either you got poop coming or something. We weren't really nesting yet. There you go. So lesser ghost. That brings me to number 5. Number 5 Zola is really happy to get onto my bracket. And that is this snake right here, who also just shed. What we know is she's a pastel leopard. We've been told she's possible super leopard because she, you know, that big poop is ready. Yeah, I was about to get shit on. We were told that every time she's produced, everything has been leopard. So we're hopeful for super leopard. We have bred her. She has ovulated. She's not nesting just yet. She just had her pre-lay. Matter of fact, I got to clean that pre-lay out of there because she kind of had it everywhere. So we're going to find out more for ourselves. But pastel leopard was mine. After that, you guys know I'm going to have more xanthic stuff in here. So I went with the proven pastel xanthic female, 170606, dear. 170606.
For your number 2?
This is my number 2. Yes, ma'am. Right there.
170602.
170606 pastel xanthic. This is the one that already laid a bunch of eggs for us. You can see she got right back on food. She's already bounced back very, very well in body condition. She's already eating medium rats. So I have a lot of faith in this snake right here to do great things. And, you know, yeah, I could certainly see her being a contender for winning. So that's why I chose her. 170606 pastel xanthic. Get in there, baby. Get in there. Thank you. Now, for number 7, for me, obviously you guys know, sold. I had to put Artie in the mix to keep wife happy, right? Well, if you're going to have Artie there, you got to have something that Artie would go to. So for number 7 for me is this girl right here, who is in shed as we speak. Just a pied female. She's produced for me every year I've had her. She's a little bit late in the season this year, so I'm hoping she'll still go this year. If she doesn't, she'll certainly be ready for next season. That is it. Let's have a quick review. And then we'll hop up off of here. My wife stole my chair, so I have to do this from standing up. So we'll start with Kurt's bracket again. He has the Clits facing the albino, Orange Dream Pastel versus Spider Clown, Killer Bee versus the Bell, Queen Bee versus Banana. I've got a Calabi versus the Darkness. GHI Mojave to the Killer Bee Het Clown. Lesser Ghost versus Pastel Leopard. Pastel Exanthic versus Pied. And that is your Selection Sunday live release of the actual brackets we will be using for both YouTube and Patreon. We'll also compare them as it goes on to see who's doing what different, right? Right. All right, guys, before I hop off of here, because it is about 7:15, I do need to slide over to Patreon if we're doing a few things in here really fast. And the Question Girl's got 2 more brackets to make. Anything we need to address before we go, besides my crazy COVID hair? Need to go see a barber. They're open again. Just got to do it. So, like vain, I go to Supercuts. So anything at all. Well, that's the point. We don't want losers. We want it to be a tough decision. We want it to kind of tell us what the market likes. Plus, we just thought it'd be fun. And I'm really looking forward to doing these.
Review one more time. How do they move on in the tournament?
Well, each pairing, like that number 1-8, that Calabi the Darkness, that pairing is going to get its own video where we're going to show both of those snakes in detail, talk about them, give them each several minutes. They won't be super long videos, probably over 5 minutes. Easy to digest, easy to put on. Then you're going to go into the comments and you're going to vote for which one you like, the Calabi or the Darkness. Probably leave it up for I'll leave the video up forever, but we'll probably take voting for 48 hours and shut it down. I will tally up the votes, pick a winner based on what you all pick. I don't pick it. Who gets the most votes? And that'll move on. And that is kind of how we're going to do things. And then, of course, that'll set the next matchup, and then the next matchup, and then the eventual champions. So there you are. We'll then save these brackets. We'll pull them out come pairing time and, remind everybody what was done to do that. And yes, you can only vote one time. 1 comment per name. Don't go spamming that shit because it's hard for me to count. All right, guys. I'm going to hop up off of here unless you have anything else. Will these be giveaways or reverse auction style? Well, Hugh, for YouTube, what YouTube is going to get, I'll go ahead and say what Patreon's going to get. YouTube is going to get to just pick a pairing. That pairing we're then going to make. We're going to see how it comes out. Whether or not anyone will make it to initial sale, I have no idea. It's just going to... We'll see. What Patreon is going to get is if Patreon picks a male winner and a female winner, they will not necessarily be paired together. We'll pair them like we normally would. But then it is going to guarantee that, let's say the Calabi there wins, okay, for the female. She's my number 1 seed. I'm going to pick on her. Actually, I'll pick on Kirsten. We'll say the Klitz wins. That Klitz is a Calico Blitz. We'll be breeding her to something. We'll then take a Calico Blitz and give it away. At minimum, assuming we get one. We may give away something better. The only way we'd give away something worse is if we didn't hit it. Then we'd adjust. But we're going to try to give away the same genetics that you guys pick for winners. If possible, something even better is also one of our holdbacks. So that is what you're going to get. You're going to basically say, hey, these are 2 things in the genetics I want to be given away. If you're on Patreon, if you're on YouTube, you're going to say, hey, this is a pairing I want to see, and just to see how it comes out. And you kind of I pick those when it happens. Of course, we'll film all of that live on egg cuttings, yada, yada, yada. Same shit we always do. We'll also pay special attention to the pairing YouTube picks to kind of keep you guys updated on how it goes. Whew. All right, guys, that's all I got time for. I'm going to hop up off of here, finish these brackets, and then we'll go from there. Thanks for watching. We'll be on Patreon shortly for that sale.